Right, it's the third time I'm recording this because I'm a dickhead and I pressed the wrong button twice. Um, yeah, cool. So let's make this quick because I've just spent about 20 minutes recording and none of it's recorded. Anyways, still gonna make a good video. 4 hour bias was lower. 4 hours in the downtrend, so our bias was lower. There was this low here, which I wasn't too worried about because there was still quite a lot of liquidity. We were quite strongly bearish, sorry, and we had this fair value gap, and that's just all confidence goes down. Either way, I was just a bit wary of this, rather looking for a reversal. But then again, it's like my bias was still bearish. I had like my strategy tells me that I should take shorts. Same for both GU and EU. Cool. 1 hour was also bearish, so we would have been all right looking at the 1 minute. First off, we mapped out London session highs, London session lows, and also this 1 hour high. It was here. Let me change that to black. I was about to say something crazy then. Yeah, slipped above there, went down to the 1 minute, breaker structure, and I wanted to enter this fair value gap, but I missed it, so I just entered market price. Entered me here, still a very good risk to reward, but we got stopped out. One thing I would say here, I would have liked to risk less because it was, there was a bit. I don't know. I still think it was a good trade to take. We just took the wrong thing. Maybe we would have risked less because it was a 1 hour sweep rather than the session high. But saying that means I would have had to do the same thing for this next trade as well, which I didn't. But maybe that's something that would be good to keep in mind for the future. Anyways, that's the first trade done. We missed that. I was still looking to take a short because I just liked the way a short looked. We was coming up, we swept out all this liquidity. I was just looking, and whilst being in a high time frame downtrend. So yeah, I was still looking to take shorts. However, because I had just lost the trade, I was a bit, nervous. So I wanted to go to a higher time frame and take the trade on the 5 minute, which I did. Swept out these 5 minute highs. And we had a nice displacement down with this candle, breaker structure, fair value gap, entered off of that fair value gap, stop loss above here, and we hit two TPs. This TP was London session low, and this TP was an hour in the middle of an hourly fair value gap. Hit both of them, and then this wasn't news, but Donald Trump tweeted. No one could predict that. Donald Trump tweeted and stopped me out. I had my stop loss above this high here, so we got stopped out at a little bit of a profit. Yeah, we are in a profit for today. After this loss, we made it back. Let's see. So here it is. That's the first loss. That's the first trade. Lost 900, gained 600 from my first TP, 500 for my second TP. So that's 1% gain back. That we're in the clear there, and also got an extra 0.1% there after we got stopped out in profit. Yeah, balance is in 97k, 97.5k. Call that. I'm in a bit on the fence of what I want to do now because I have a lot more time and I want to double down on this trading thing, but I also want to be patient. But then I also want to be aggressive, and yeah, there's a lot of things that I need to think about how I want to do this. I know that I need to be patient in order for this to pay off, but I also do want to be aggressive to see more results and put a bit more psychological pressure, because trading demo, even though it's building the skill, it's a completely different game when you're on a funded account, for example. So yeah, I think rather than getting to, I've said before how I wanted to get to 110k before thinking about a funded account, but that could take literally months, and I'm young. I know that I need to be patient, but I also want to reap the rewards whilst I'm young. So I want to get the most out of my time, and to do that, I do think I need to be on funded accounts and get that psychological pressure. So I think I've decided that over the next 10 trades, if I get at least 6 out of 10 trades, so a 60% win rate, then I'll go for a funded account. And I'll just keep that going. So from now on, I'll track the next 10 trades, and I want to get about. So say for example, I get 5 out of 10. I'm not going to go for another one, but if the next trade, I'll keep tracking my last 10 trades basically, and until that becomes a 60% win rate, then I'll move to a funded account, and yeah, just try it aggressively scale after that, because yeah, that's what I want to do. It's what I want to do in life. So, and I don't want to wait too long to get it. I hear these people waiting 5, 6, 7 years until they become profitable, and that's just not going to work for me. I know I know I could be better than that. I'm looking at the next 1 to 2 or to 3 years. I want to be profitable. Obviously, if it takes longer, then it takes longer. That's fine. But I do want to have those high expectations of myself. So yeah, should be seeing a lot more of me, and yeah, hopefully the next few months could be very, very promising. So yeah, catch you in a bit.